Hello everyone, my name is Rajesh Kumar and I'm your Devops SRE DevSecOps coach. Okay, so what is data source? So here understand in this way, very simple way. Uh, this is your AWS, okay, and this is your laptop. Now this is your code. So whatever you write in the code, okay, now this will be get created on AWS. Agree with me?
Mm-hmm.
But sometime what you want to create the resources. That is anyways we want to do that, but we want to ask some information before this is become second step. Before that I want to ask some information from AWS, some information like, hey, how many subnets you have, how many
Mm-hmm.
availability zone you have, which region you are in, are you having this AMI or something like that. So some information I want to ask AWS before creating the resources. So what to do in this case? So in this case, we use the data source. Data source means getting the data from your provider. Simple.
Okay.
Data source means getting a data, getting a value from providers. In our case, it's a AWS or Azure. Now, how do we get it? So let me show you this one. AWS Terraform, Terraform providers. Enter this one, go for it. AWS documents here. And now EC2, which is Elastic Cloud Compute. Where is that? EC2. It's here. So now if you see that there is a one resources section, correct now? Now
Mm-hmm.
if you scroll down for each category, you will see data sources. So data sources like, let's say one of this you want how many types of instance you have. So this data sources will help you. Let's say you want Elastic IP address. So this data sources will tell you. Let's say you want the instance detail which is already exist on AWS. So this is data source will tell you. You want availability zone, list of availability zone. So this data source will tell you. Okay. So now just like resources, you use data source, and here you see, for example, data, and this is the resource name, and this name is a variable, and whatever the results will come will be set to this one dot state. So output will be like this. So here you see data, you are using it here, data dot this one dot available, and whatever the results of this names index number one. So results of this will have our names field actually. Okay,
Okay.
so let's run this Terraform data sources Devops.
Is it used for only pre-existing resources or?
Pre-existing, because in state file you have anyways all the data which you have create,
Mhm.
right? You create, right? So that is
Okay.
okay. So now this is the one example for it. Okay, look at this here. What I'm trying to get it. So I'm trying to get the AWS AMI named with Ubuntu, and AMI filter should be these conditions. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever the results of this one will be set to AWS underscore AMI dot Ubuntu. So this will return something. Now here what I'm doing, availability zone you are getting it. So results of it, you will have availability zones multiple. And if you see that here I'm displaying on the output variable. So what we are saying, data dot availability zones, which is dot available, and the first one you display, second one you display. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
And here again output variable. This is in a what do you say loop. Okay, this will display everything. Now how do we use it? So here you see source, resource, and data.aws.mi, which is this one dot ubuntu, and id will be the output of this one. Okay,
Uh,
so that way you will have ami is equal to the one which is set.
just one question. I mean, what is the difference between the output variable and the data source here? Then, output is as well giving us the value, right? And
Hmm.
we are
So what
using the
happens?
same thing.
So you forgot that this will run. So what will happen? Output of this one will be
Mm-hmm.
updated in state file, right? State file,
Mm-hmm.
correct? No? Just like
Yeah.
resources you run, output of this will be stored in the state file. So same
Mm-hmm.
way, output of this will be stored in the state file. So output is for showing the what you have in output directory and state file. That's all. Correct now?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Got it.
And how come then data source, where we use then data source? We are using the data source from the state file. Are you saying that? I mean, I'm a little confused there. Sorry.
Okay. So understand this way. Here you need to provide AMI ID, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Now AMI ID is not hard coded. So this Terraform first will grab the AMI ID based on this filter. So there's a three filters are there. One is this one is this one is this one. Let me show you rather than talking. So here if you see that this is the owner, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is the name of your AMI ID. Go for it. EC2 AMI ID, and here public image, and here this is the one. Now if you see that this is the filter, owner ID, everything you have it.
Mm-hmm.
So here in this code you are getting the output of this AMI ID. You will get the input of AMI ID, and the same AMI ID you will be printed in the sheet file. Now
Okay.
here also you are getting the availability zone, and
Mm-hmm.
that will be showing you here. So you are reading the state file, and here you are using the state file. Got it? Data section.
Okay. Okay. Just one more question. In case if in between state file changes, so will it affect the data source as well for the same content? And I mean, will it lead to some like code mismatch or something if it is
No,
being
state
used?
state file will never change, no, until you run it. Manually it will not change. So if you're running the whole programs, in that case this will also will run, right? So this will
Mm-hmm.
update the state file with the right data, and there it will use it.
Okay.
Correct now?
Yeah. Okay. Got it.
So this is the one.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can run this code. It will be in working condition for AWS. This is the any questions on the data source?
Not now, but I will read it and will maybe next time I will ask you.
Okay. So now template. What is template? So template concept is very simple. Template means here if you see every language we have a templating concept. So in in Python we have template, PHP we have template, Go we have template. So in Python we call it Ginger 2, PHP we call it Blade, and Go we call it template only. Simple. Okay. Now the question is
Mm.
why we are using template. So template we are using, just you must be having multiple template in your laptop. What you do? Simply this is a template, and you change the value,
Mhm.
you get the one document, and that is you run it. You again change the input, another document, run it, another input, change the value, input, run it. So here template is being used to interpolation the variables and create 1, 200, 200 files like that. Make sense?
Yeah.
So now in Terraform, how can we use the template? So I just said Terraform template is like derived from the Golang actually. Okay, Golang.
Mm-hmm.
Now here, this is the one. So look at the code directly. So here you have been given, Terraform have given two things to implement the template. One is template underscore file and another one is template underscore directory. Okay. So look at this here. Very carefully look at this. Okay. So first thing we need a template. See here. You need a template. This is a
Mm-hmm.
template. And then second you need your value. Correct now? So these are the two
Yeah.
things in it. Different
Mm-hmm.
value. It can be multiple value, list of value also. And this
Mm-hmm.
one template. And this will generate this. Agree with me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So how do we use a template in Terraform? So look at this here. This is one template. What is this template? Here it's a Ubuntu code command. It is installing the this one. Now
Mm-hmm.
what is this curly braces dot software? So this
Mm-hmm.
is how the Go template works. Terraform has nothing to do. If you want to know more about the templates, Go template is a search for it. Okay, and let me show you some images. Easy way. See here. Look at this. This is a Golang, and you see curly braces dot variable name and all. You
Mm-hmm.
see.
Yeah.
So this is a Go template.
Mm-hmm.
So now this is the template file. Now if
Mm-hmm.
you look at this carefully, it's stored in the .tpl file. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So that's a template. Now where is a variable? So variables will come from here. So here right now this is a string variable, but it can be list also. It can be map also, all this thing. Make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Can you paste a
So
link of this
yeah,
site
yeah.
so that?
After this
Mm-hmm.
session I'll tell. So now this is the one. So this is the variable. So as per the
Mm-hmm.
discussion, we got template and variable. Now it has to interpolate, right? So now how do we interpolate? So for that I told you there's one module which you have to use it, template underscore file. So here you see, look at it very carefully. So here data, this is the one, template underscore file, and this is the your user defined one. Template is equal to file this one. This is the content. Okay. And so this is the template. Okay. How to, where is a variable? Here it is variable. Var is equal to software is equal to var dot software, which is this one. Okay. So var dot software. So that means what will be set in this file? Nginx. Correct now?
Mm-hmm.
Now, because now data, user data is set nginx. So what you are doing here, you are creating a resources data dot template dot file dot user data rendered. Rendered means template will render some value and that is rendered. So this one will be set what? These three commands. This one, and this one with nginx. Did you
Mm-hmm.
understand that?
Yeah.
So this is a template concept what we have in the nginx. Sorry, Terraform. Now there is one more example you have, little bit longer one. Same concept but little advanced. So if you want to understand this one well, you better focus on Go template. That is the least used functionality, but sometimes you need it badly. Okay, now next one is import. What is import? So first of all, import is not stable. Um, this is not stable, and we don't use it for the production ready. If you go for here,
Mm-hmm.
click on it, and here you see um, there's something you have to read it. Okay, so stability things they have removed, I guess. Maybe it got stable now because earlier what was there? It was a warning or sort of things. Now it's I
Okay.
cannot locate it.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe recently got you know yeah, this is stable, could be. So what is import is doing? So import, uh, you know what it will do? Let's understand this way. This is your laptop, and this is a cloud. And you know what? Manually or many different way, you have created without Terraform. You created resources without Terraform.
Mm-hmm.
Many other ways we have to create a resources, right?
Yeah.
And this here you are running the your live infrastructure or maybe staging pre-prod or whatever it is. Okay, so now because this infrastructure, mind it here, Terraform create infrastructure, correct? But
Mm-hmm.
in this case what we have, infrastructure is already available running, correct now? So
Yep.
what to do now? So in that case what we'll do, we'll run a Terraform import command. So Terraform import command will read this infrastructure and here create a resource skeleton. You will get a skeleton of resources. Skeleton. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever the resources you had here, you get a skeleton. And now you can modify this skeleton, make it correct, and then run it again. So because the resources were already there, so it will not recreate, and that way you will get the Terraform code from the existing infrastructure. Read this.
Mm-hmm.
Terraform can import existing infrastructure resources. The functionality lets you bring existing resources under Terraform management. So this is
Okay.
something you will get it through the Terraform import command.
With the skeleton, so does it convert into the configuration file totally, or
Not
I mean,
totally. Yeah, it will give you the skeleton. Some
mm,
well-known parameters, arguments will be there, but you have to modify again. And it's just a skeleton. It's not writing your code actually. You'll have to, after
but
getting a skeleton.
yeah, but isn't it a cumbersome task like looking back and feeding? I mean, there are chances to get human error there, right? I
The
mean,
problem here is at least you got the skeleton where we can fill that right stuff, right? Uh, Earlier that feature it was not stable at all actually. So yes,
okay.
reading that infrastructure and reading all the arguments and all
Mm-hmm.
itself is like a complicated thing. So uh, very few scenarios you might may need this. Most of the time you just don't need actually.
Okay. And secondly, like if it is not being used, then is there any other Terraform method which is being used to read the existing Terraform files, infrastructures?
Mm, no, no, no. There's no way. Terraform, in fact, this was, I was telling this is not
Mm.
stable, but they have removed the warning. So this feature is there from last 5 years, 4 years at least, and it's every time it was saying it's not stable. So
Okay.
now maybe you can get the skeleton here and see here. When you use Terraform on the command line,
Mm.
many commands like apply, da da da. However, the import command run locally. So it does not have access to information from Terraform Cloud. This is the cloud related stuff. Before you run Terraform, you must manually write a resource configuration block for the resources. The resource block describes where the Terraform should map the imported objects. So you have to do little bit of hands work also. Then only
Mm-hmm.
it will work.
Okay. But usually, other way around, we don't work, or I mean, in how does it look like in companies or in production environment? Do we have such kind of scenarios where we need to import the resources into the Terraform script and start deploying another resources? I mean, or
I've not
usually
seen
start.
I've not seen any project who's using import. The reason is
Mhm,
those infrastructure which has been created already must
mhm,
have been created using either, let's say, CloudFormation or Ansible or
mhm.
something like this. So what we did most of the time, we call this script through Terraform. Okay.
Ah,
So
okay.
now Terraform become a front end and internally doing this one only. So that way we don't have to import it everything. But
Okay.
after this, what we did, any new additions you add to this, you started
Mm,
writing in Terraform code. So that way slowly the old one
mm,
will get phased out and the new
mhm.
one will get rolled out like
Okay.
that.
Okay. Got it.
So like that. Others lots of work is there actually.
Mhm.
Yeah. So this is the things which you have. So I'll just share with you this ready-made code, run it,
Mhm.
and the next sessions once what we'll have, I'll share the recordings of all the stuff. You go through this and consolidate all the topics in one go wherever you have a confusion and put it in the WhatsApp group and in one go itself we'll have all the topics.
Okay. CI/CD you will take next time, I guess.
CI/CD basically concept. Do you know Jenkins?
I have worked with Azure pipelines, not with Jenkins. So,
So Azure pipelines is also sufficient. So
mhm,
think very simple way, nothing great actually. So here what happens in Azure pipelines, you have a steps, you have a stage
mhm, mhm.
right now,
Yeah.
and then we have a step one, two, three, four, five, six like
Mhm,
this, correct?
mhm,
So sometime when you require infrastructure creation, so in the
mhm.
same pipeline you put Terraform apply hyphen hyphen auto approve. That's all. So this is called implementing CI. That means wherever you need in the CI, the
Mm.
infrastructure will be created. Add that command in the step of your pipeline, and that is
Okay.
called CI. Because
Okay.
CI means you have to automate everything:
Yeah.
build,
Mhm,
packaging, testing, deployment, all
mhm.
this thing. But wherever you require infrastructure creation, you can call the Terraform code for that.
Okay. But this Terraform code could be called through directly to the pipeline. Like if you change something in repo or push it into the repo, then it can trigger the pipeline. And through the Terraform, like if you have written steps for Terraform deployment, then it can be deployed directly, right?
So code typically when you set up a pipeline project and pipeline, the first thing
Mm-hmm.
which happens like you check out the code, right? So the code
Yeah.
itself you can keep the uh, YAML file attached to it. So like that. Let me show you one pipeline code. It will be easy for you.
Mm-hmm.
So YAML file. Oh, this is the older version of Azure.
Mm-hmm.
I need newer versions. So hmm. So something like this YAML file will be there. Here you are installing the Terraform in the agent
Mm-hmm.
machine. and here you're initializing it, and here you're validating it, and here your plan. All this code you have it here, and
Okay.
here apply hyphen auto approve. Where is that? I could not find out. So hyphen auto, I cannot find out here.
Validate, right?
So there must be some code for that. Same way you can pass this apply hyphen wherever you see the plan, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there you will have apply like this, not this. Huh. So here validate, and here you run plan, right? So here
Yeah.
you'll say apply, and the command options you say auto apply, auto approve.
Auto approve. Okay.
So like that. Results, let me show you. ChatGPT will be faster in this case. So Terraform pipeline example code with Terraform apply, enter. And now you see here, I want to show you last one. So here you see installing Terraform, validating, and here apply, auto approve. Look at this. Got it.
Yeah. Okay.
Have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video.
Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest.
Thanks for watching.